Here we go, day two. Uh, I uh, I guess weirdly enough, I want to say thanks to the people who watched the first episode, and that's definitely interesting and I guess encouraging in its own way. Uh, so a lot of these are definitely going to take place at about this time of night. Sorry about that. May yawn more than once or twice. So something that's I guess in a way important to know about these videos is they're kind of not really scripted, planned in any way. Um, it's just quite literally turn it on and go. And that's sort of what I was hoping to do when I did this project the first time. And take my glasses off. So the first time I did this was 2013. And granted, everything goes right tomorrow. Sorry about that. Granted, everything goes right tomorrow. I'm going to upload an insanely long video. It's 3.5 hours. It's technically a documentary, I guess. I don't really know. I probably could have spent more time editing it and doing some stuff to it, but I really just collected the videos and threw them up there. So, um, there may be a time down the road a little bit that I decide to do a couple of videos with my phone instead of doing it this way. So it's kind of the cool thing about there not being any rules to this. Um, so a lot of things have been going on in my life, and one of the first things that I kind of want to work on, and I guess talk about, is kind of my I have an unnatural brevity for certain things. And brevity can be described uh, basically as the weight of the context of the things you're talking about, kind of how wordy things are, like choosing to use an expansive vocabulary. And you know, you have other options. You can talk different, act different, and there's also like the description of brevity that also sort of like the brevity of human life is the shortness of it, right? It's always kind of ironic to have something be described as a word that is used for an implicit value of something that's short, while simultaneously the same description is that brevity explains you're using too many words to say something. So effectively, like long, right? Like short and long, and it kind of doesn't. It doesn't really sync up. So, uh, I have to when dealing with certain kinds of situations, I have to start trying to learn how to talk in a manner that is much more digestible. Put a little bit less emotion into things. A little less, you know, lower the let's say pump the brakes. That's a little hard, you know. It's, it's a little hard to do, but it's gonna be an experience to learn how to do that. I'm not real sure what I can do in order to make sure that I learn how to do that. Maybe it is probably going to be a very active. It's an active thing, learning over time. Maybe getting somebody's help. Like teach me how to talk normal. It's become apparent. I'm gonna say five or six of you, real life friends, people who, I see in person, told me they watched this today. They watched yesterday's, and first of all, hi. Second of all, one of my friends, had kind of made a comment about seeing me a little bit lower energy level. And weirdly enough, so like the part to kind of take in for a second is that there's no one here. This is an extremely empty room. It's a little filled up, but it's empty, and this is where my nights usually tend to end. I've made a few comments to some people. Usually, if we spend some time out and about, I'll kind of make a point like, okay, well, we're all done hanging out, and I'll kind of almost in a way beg, but ask like, is anyone doing anything after this? Because I don't want to be in here. I don't really want to spend a lot of time in this room, and it is really cool to have a space that I can work on music, and a space that I can like work on weird projects like this one. But I don't want to be in here. This isn't where I want to spend my free time. So the thing is, because I'm kind of so alone in here, this is me, right? This is this is raw, unadulterated Sam. Like this is really as real as it gets. It's not really. There's a part of me for sure that there's a level of who I am in person and with friends and when I'm out. That is a bit of a put on. I'm not gonna lie. We all do it to some degree. Maybe no one else is doing it to the degree that I'm doing it, but this is it, right? And imagine if I was at this energy level every time we hung out, right? It would be a bummer to spend time with me. It would be rough. It'd be very difficult because you may find yourself concerned about my mental health, or doing a lot of are you okay? And I get that. I respect that. I appreciate it. I appreciate it when people care. But like the reality is, it's just this version of me is a little too logical, a little too calculated, and boy, it's rough to be this way all the time. And it takes a little bit of hubris to say something like that. But what I really mean, honest to God, is this shit's exhausting. It's exhausting. It's depressing. I'm thinking about everything I say, when I say it, and why. And I'm really just giving you who I am at the best of my ability. And that's just sort of, I prefer the persona. I prefer my outward facing being, if you will. And by that, I quite literally mean what my friends see. Weirdly enough, the person I'm seeing right now, this is a lot of what she gets, right? She gets this. She gets this, and she gets. There's another level of me. I'm still my I guess eccentric, bubbly self when I'm with her. This is most of what she gets. This level, seriousness, and it may be hard to kind of comprehend, but this person, I guess, is very emotional, very raw. It's a lot harder to be around people like this. It's a lot harder to make friends this way. It is definitely much easier to conduct business, but I just prefer not to be this way. That's what you're going to get with a lot of these videos. If this is the backdrop, then this is what you're going to get. I'm noticing now this is a 13-minute video already. I honestly have no idea how long these are going to be and why they're going to be this long, but hey, if you're still here and watching, then cool. Tell you what, just keep your eyes open. At the thumbnail that shows up, a little picture, when this gets uploaded, is it looks very much like I'm outside. It's not this angle, then it's from my phone, and it's probably going to be significantly shorter. So keep an eye out for that 3.5-hour documentary, and I'd love to be able to go through and watch that with some people. Bye, guys.